I saw something today that, not today though. Hello, lady from Grace. Oh, thank you so much, Mimiria Petrido. How are you? Now, I saw something today that got me really worried. Even though I had seen, it came out yesterday, but I had seen some things about Sylvester, late Sylvester. I was supposed to even put a caption, but nevertheless, I will do that after the chat. It's kind of confusing for me because when Sylvester died of blessed memory, our little lad, I'm sure many of us wouldn't like us to be showing the picture of that boy. Maybe if I see a picture that is just a normal picture, I will show it. When Sylvester died, many of us, as a matter of fact, I came out and I did a chat on it. And the reason why I did a chat on it is because, one, I'm a mother. Two, it could happen to anybody's child. I don't have to think because Sylvester is not my biological child. So therefore, I should not stand in solidarity with everyone that was saying justice for Slyvesters Oromoni Jr. So I thought I could use my platform and my voice alongside with every other activist that wanted to shout out to the world that injustice are taking place in Dowen College. Fast forward, there was no delay in response at all. Immediately, we saw, very much unlike that of Dawn Davis, whom you know the mother, she's a regular face here, and the dad, who is a regular face here as well on this platform. It took them time before they started, action. They took action over Dawn Davis' case. Probably because, to God be the glory, Dawn Davis did not die. God saved him. But unfortunately, our darling Sylvester went to be with the Lord. The sad thing that we heard, which, you remember 3 days ago, I had a caption up. When I saw that Dowen College, the students and the officials of Dowen College had been exonerated. And the reason given, the legal advice given by the DPP of Lagos State is that everything was clear. He was not poisoned, as the father claimed, because the father claimed to the world that they found black substance or chemical in his tummy. Now, as a matter of fact, we saw that there were some people that gave evidence. We were told that he was beaten, he was assaulted by co-students who were his seniors. They actually, as a matter of fact, mentioned names. If you remember, we had this Kashamu's son amongst these people. We heard about one who is Favor. Many of, I think about 4 to 5 of them. In fact, we were told that these students were arraigned and the school submitted them to, or their phone numbers and how to get them to the police. And we followed up on the news, and even we were told, or we read in the news, which I shared with you people here, how Delta State governments and the governor I will use that, Delta State governor was let me use the word, deeply involved in the matter. In fact, the people of Delta stood up against Lagos State governor, and they vowed that if they do not get to the root of this matter, I'm sure Lagos State was calling for trouble from Delta State. And this moved me, and I was like, wow, if people can stand together like this for this boy, sadly, then I believe that justice must be served. In fact, some parents stood in solidarity, marched down with placards to Ikoyi, where Dowen College is. Aside the fact that flowers were on ground, paying of last respect to this our son, Sylvester, they also stood against the fact that Dowen be opened again. All this took place just weeks ago. Only for us to wake up few days ago and they said all the things, even the father of Sylvester told us that Sylvester managed to say some things before his death, stating he named some boys. Now, I want to read some things because I'm getting confused. Why am I getting confused? In the beginning of this whole thing, if you all remember me, I said, I don't know why this boy, they never, I said it so hard. I said there was gross negligence. And this law term, we use it in law when there's negligence from every party that could lead to either death, that could lead to accidents, that could lead to anything. Do you understand? So I said on the part of the school, I see negligence. Because this boy was sick. And we were told that this boy was left in the hostel. And some people claim that the students now, they said that some students, which is the Kashamu Favor and Co., whilst they were in the hostel, came to punish or came to beat this boy. And he was sick. Because, mind you, the father said they kept calling me, my wife, to come and take him. That he was sick. But they didn't go because they were in worry. From the way I saw the way the man was narrating the story, I heard it with my ears. It seemed to me that they do not really live in Lagos State. They live in Warri. Later on, I discovered that the man is politically known in Warri. Am I making sense? But I could see that with the way he was talking, they didn't go and pick that boy. First day, second day. Later, he said his son, who was traveling back to London, then went to pick the brother, but took the brother home. Auntie Kemi said they would do nothing. They really did not serve justice. Turns out Auntie Kemi knows his people. Joy, you have typed something else again. I don't understand what you are saying. I think you should try and explain better. The way you are writing things, I think you are expecting us to use our brain to fill in the gaps, and that's not helpful. because you may be saying something else and I may be reasoning other way around. So it's better you try and make it self-explanatory so we can understand you. Now, this particular issue here is that when the brother left the younger brother in at home, remember, the father then said the brother then went back to London, left the brother. Then they said his uncle was not the one. He now said the uncle should bring him down to Warri. No hospital. This boy was dying. No hospital. This boy was dying. If people remember, I said, why was this boy Ikoyi or even Lagos, where they are not even supposed to carry the boy to Warri. But if they even did, they didn't even take him to the hospital, because I didn't hear from anything that, oh, he was taken care of medically or anything. Because I became really very worried about the parents as well, especially the father when he was talking. Because when he was talking, I was running out of patience. Everything had gap for me. And I said it in my chat. And when I had that life, but I said, I am not going to quickly condemn the parents because they are in pains. Maybe as he's explaining, he's not explaining too well. Because if you notice, the man is rich, but I don't think he has that too many education like that. It was the kids that were supporting and backing the girls that, there are some rich men like that. They invest money into their children. The school where they not go, they won't make their children go. And I see that's what is happening with that man. So I gave him that benefit of that he's not explaining himself very well. Because to me, in everything he was saying, I didn't hear, and so he was taken to the hospital. He only said, he now said they should bring him down to Warri. On getting to Warri, the only video that we saw, if you people notice, was when that boy was in excruciating pains. And it wasn't in the hospital. It was in the house. The mother was pulling like this. The sister too was pulling like this. And I was confused. Though all this thing came out after he died. Though everything came out after he died. So I'm just saying from what we saw after he died. I saw the mother. They were pressing. I didn't see hospital bed. I didn't see hospital. I expected, sorry, let me use this case study. Remember during Don Davis' time, when the mother eventually got her child and saw that the child was in pains, the boy was like this. He had nothing in his stomach. He had nothing in his stomach. That is Don Davis. And he was like, the mother was shouting like this. She was doing live video. Then eventually she showed us the child that it looked like she was showing us Don Davis on the kitchen floor, because the boy was trying to throw up, but only slimy stuffs were coming out. Said, look at, I took this child, showed us picture. This is the child I took to school. But look at the thing, which is true. Don David actually looked like a non-living thing. On that day, the woman now said that she cannot sleep with that boy in the house that day. She took Don Davis down to the hospital. If you people remember, that day, she did not sleep with Don Davis in that house. She carried Don Davis because we could see how this boy was breathing. If people didn't see it, anyway, I watched it all. Reason why I took up Don Davis' case, because I was moved as a mother. It could be anybody's child. But this particular son of ours, Sylvester, all we saw, not on the hospital bed, I saw him in so much pain. Every picture they showed us until his death, everything they showed us was in the house. And this boy was in so much pains. But when the daddy was talking, the daddy said, after, well, daddy wasn't there, but mommy and the sister was there. They were holding this boy. When he wants to walk, they will say, they will hold him like this. The boy will say, no, 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 no. So my brain, my body, I was beating my chest like this. I was like, how can a fellow human being beat somebody's child? Because to me, I thought they had beaten that boy and he already had internal bleeding. That was the only. Then I saw his mouth in their house there. It's all the videos they showed though. The boy's mouth was peeling. Please, how can a child's mouth be peeling and we are yet to see him in the hospital? All the videos they kept showing us, it was in the house. They were massaging or whatever, and they laid the boy like this. At a point, the boy was like this. Until the father said in his interview with BBC or Punch, the father said, and if I remember clearly, he said when the pain was now too much, they then carried him. He called somebody. The person then said they should bring him for X-ray, and my heart broke. He then said they did the X-ray. Was it on Friday or on Saturday? Then, because that was the only time he said they then took him to the hospital. For his explanation, go and listen to his interview. Because if you want me to go and bring it, I can still bring it. It's in my archive. Then this is somebody that has been almost a week from school. No response from the parent. Eventually, when there's response, he still slept in Lagos. Father said, bring him to worry. All this while, no doctor, nothing. So, they now said they did X-ray. That somebody said, they said, one of their doctor family friends said, they should go and do X-ray. I was like, hospital, somebody going through this kind of critical situation. Do you understand? Why did they admit this boy in the hospital? Somebody going through this kind of critical situation. I was angry when the father was talking, as if they should quickly tell me how did it all go wrong. Then the man said after the X-ray, the result did not quickly come out. So where was he? He was at home. He was taken back home. Not the hospital. It was when they were at home. I think the boy, it was already too late. Everything started escalating. They then rushed him to the hospital. But it was too late. He gave up the ghost. Go and look at his picture. His lips like this, they were peeling. And that was why I believed that when the father said he was poisoned with chemical, because they said he kept saying his chest, the father said. And that was why I stood among the people that was shouting, we want justice for Sylvester. But few days ago, and I read, because when people, I don't know, you know, every time I tell you people here, I said the way we look at things, because I said if those boys are found guilty, forget it. Be it juvenile, family court, anywhere. If they are still too young, underage, to go to jail, they will wait. They will go to prison for juvenile. Then when they reach the age, then they will go and start their conviction. I said they will be convicted. But the thing is that investigation must be done. But I said, I said clearly, I said I see gross negligence. And where I saw gross negligence was when we heard, this is why hearsay is not admissible in the court of law. We heard that the one boy out of the boys that is Slyvester's friend said they came to beat Sylvester. We heard that they came to beat Sylvester. Yeah? And that when they beat Sylvester, they left him. I believe truly that they truly beat that boy. And that was when he was sick. I believe that they beat him. Trust me. Then they said the school lied that the seniors told them to lie that they went to play football. I also believe that they actually lied that they went to play football. I believe that they lied. But Sylvester have been sick. They have been calling the mother to come and pick him. But she wasn't available because, she doesn't live in Lagos. There are business people in Warri. They didn't know the magnitude of the ailment. They didn't know that that boy was going to die. I believe that boy was truly beaten. I believe. Trust me. Because pneumonia that they said this boy had, remember, it doesn't happen within a day. Pneumonia can be healed if there's swift intervention. Swift intervention with antibiotics. With antibiotics. But if it is not quickly seen and taken care of, it can kill anybody. Mind you, this COVID-19 that is killing people, do you know it comes with pneumonia? Do you know? So people as young as Sylvester, they have the capacity and the tenacity to survive it because their immune system and their strength can still carry it. Now, the part I wanted to read to you people, few days ago, when this story came out and they said to us that I'm still coming to somewhere. I will read what was written. When they said Lagos State has exonerate Dowen College students and officials, and I'll tell you people what was written. 5 students and 5 officials of Dowen College linked to the death of a 12-year-old student of the college, Slyvesters Oromoni, have been exonerated by the Lagos State government. Also cleared of Kingsley Otuaro, the manager of the school building also cleared, one of the people that were accused, of the school building in Lekki. The students cleared by the state government are 16-year-old Favour Benjamin, Edward Bigu, 16, Ansel Temili, 14, Kenneth Inyang, 15, 15-year-old Michael Kashamu, the son of the late Senator Buruji Kashamu. Officials cleared by the government through the Director of Public Prosecution are Selina Udwak, Valentine Ugbekwe, Ahmed Uyomo Biriyu, Adesoya Olusegun Olusegun, and one Adeyemi. The state also directed that all the suspects should be released if they are still in custody. There has been reports that Oromoni died from injuries sustained in an attack by 5 senior students of the school for allegedly refusing to join their cult. The 12-year-old boy died on November 30th, 2020. Yeah, is it 2020 or 2021? Some people, all these journalists. After efforts to save his life failed. It was 2021, my dears. Don't worry. His father had claimed that his child was beaten and fed a liquid chemical, but Dowen College dismissed the claim. The school claimed the boy sustained injuries while playing football with his colleagues. The clearance was contained in a legal advice of the DPP, that is Director of Public Prosecution, Lagos State, Mrs. Adetitu Oshinusi. A copy of the legal advice obtained by our correspondent was addressed to the Deputy Commissioner of State Criminal Investigation Department, and the trial magistrate, Magistrate Olatubosun Adiola. The advice stated that the interim and final autopsy reports issued by the Lagos State University Hospital and toxicology report of the postmortem samples and that of the Central Hospital Warri. Now, when I was reading this, I said, no, I'm not going to accept, because when there was the news I read earlier before I now got this one, I wasn't going to accept that it was only Lagos State's results that cleared or exonerated these people, that our darling Sylvester was not poisoned with chemical. Because I did not accept it, because I believed in the testimony of the father. So I thought to myself, what are these people saying? When the father said that in the thing they did, they saw black chemical, that he was fed black chemical. So I was surprised. I wanted to be sure that it is not only Lagos State. Make you go there, read news. You be like news presenter, very clear, phonetic. Oh, I can't do news, so I beg you, my darling. You know, I was so sure that, no, how can they tell us that this particular investigation or whatever they carried out on autopsy and postmortem is coming only from Lagos State? I did not accept it. I said no. But until I saw that even Warri Central Hospital had the same result like Lagos State. You know, Delta State governor said it. He warned Lagos State Sanwo-Olu. He told Sanwo-Olu, you must dig to the depth of this matter. And that is a warning. That is what? A warning. Mind you, it could rise even political conflicts. Ask me why. Lagos State is APC. Delta is PDP. So I know that they are not going to compromise. There must be transparency. There must be transparency. Am I making sense? So I went to look for news that backs it up. That same results that was seen in Lagos State is also what they saw in Warri. And I read to you people. Now, the advice stated that the interim and final autopsy report issued by the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital and toxicology report of postmortem samples and that of the Central Hospital Warri were in agreement as to the cause of death, namely septicemia, lobar pneumonia with acute pyelonephritis. You know what I mean? Phimocytis of the right ankle and acute bacterial pneumonia due to severe sepsis. Do you understand? And they align. Assuming it's only Lagos State, I will tell you that they have used power. I will tell you that they have used power because Delta State governor should not keep quiet. At least this comes from Warri. If Warri is a sellout, Central Hospital Warri is a sellout, then can you blame anybody? Because I was saying, no, I'm not going to accept Lagos State's own. I am not going to accept Lagos State's own. I feel power, hand has touched hand. It is not true. Until I saw that Warri, where this boy is from, Warri that stood, even their senator in Abuja cried out, justice must be served. So if Warri can come with the same result, these are the people that will be brought into the court. If you go and sit for criminal law cases, you will see what we call the jury. And you will see when they bring in witnesses and they bring in medical experts. Because I am clueless as a lawyer or a barrister. The judge is clueless. He's not an expert. These are the experts that they will bring into the court. And when they tell you that is in alignment, what we found out here, post-mortem, is the same thing with Lagos State. End of. End of. So, hence the reason for the exoneration. Because I was saying, why would they exonerate these boys? Why? Now, I read. The result of the toxicology is also not indicative of any. Listen, and I want you to listen good. The result of the toxicology is also not indicative of any toxic or poisonous substance in the body of the deceased. It added, the DPP's legal advice therefore concluded that based on these findings, there is no prima facie, it's a law terminology. There is no prima facie that is in any way, case of murder, even if mistakenly, there's no case of murder, prima facie, in any way. Involuntary manslaughter. These were the things that I was saying, that if it is discovered that they discover that there's chemical, or they find out that these boys had hand, or the school had hand in the killing of Sylvester, they're either going to be charged for murder or involuntary manslaughter, which is a lesser threshold, or malicious administration of poison with intent to, if they don't find any intention, with intent to harm against the 5 students. So they didn't find any of that. That's what the 2 states brought out from their results regarding post-mortem and autopsy. Am I making sense there? So, it stated that from available facts in the duplicate case file, the investigation carried out by the police did not reveal that any secret society name, tattoo, or insignia of any unlawful society was found in the possession of any of the suspects during the investigation carried out by the police. To hold otherwise would amount to sniffing for an offense and a speculative act which is not permitted in law, and that is the gospel truth. If they cannot find it, if this boy had planned together not to agree on anything, and the postmortem is coming out as they are not seeing any chemical or poison in this boy's body or system, then it will be so wrong to hold otherwise. Stating, and it will be very wrong to hold otherwise. To hold otherwise would amount to sniffing for an offense and a speculative act which is not permitted in law. It is strict law that suspicion, no matter how grave, cannot be a ground for conviction. So this is how they did this case. This case has not been taken to court, mind you. So thank God, Lawyer Falano is in charge of them. He's a human rights activist, lawyer, and I believe, they should be able to do something. When you have pneumonia, where is the back source coming from? When you have pneumonia, I think, I'm not sure, I'm not into medical field, but I think when the lungs is shutting down, there's some kind of substance that is found in the body. Do you understand? And all these people they call toxicologists and all those things, they know the test to carry out. And so where I'm coming from here is that Sorry guys, because I don't want this phone to go off. I don't really charge it, and so because I didn't intend that. Now, where I'm coming from here is that after this part, I said to myself, so where is the governor of Delta State? Where is the father of Sylvester, who is very influential? And also, all the testimony. Yes, I have it for sale. Oluwa, for ye saying I have it for sale. Please, please, ma, try and look for the warrior autopsy. No, how will I look for the warrior autopsy result when they have it here? This is it here. I can't. This is it here. They put it here. The result is here. How will I read it? The experts have read it. How will I read it more than if it is true that the experts are saying the result is same? So what is the governor of Delta State doing? What is the father of what's his name? Sylvester doing? He is the one that told all of us that Sylvester said that he was beaten. If he has heard this, what is he doing? Because I'm going to still play Sylvester's mother's curses. Do you understand? However, there are still some things that I'm seeing and loopholes that I'm seeing, and I'm wondering why the dad is not talking. You know, why the dad is not talking, and why the governor of a Delta State that boasted to the world, as far as I'm concerned, that they will see to the end of this matter, justice must be served. Why is he not talking? Why is he not talking? So now, as I was saying, they then went further to state another thing. The father has to talk. Because if they state otherwise, now, what next after this autopsy? You know, everyone, like people like me, I'm like, what is next? We cannot just be, we as mothers, we are concerned, but the immediate family, who is the father, especially the father that came out to say some things. Oh yes, my son said he was beaten. My son said that there was nothing like football. And some people say, where are they? You understand? And he said, okay, and I said, there are some things that should never be swept under the carpet. One of them is the death of 12-year-old Slyvesters Oromoni Jr. The other is the circumstances surrounding his unfortunate demise. The news of the boy's death and the manner in which he died caused national and international outrage, which attracted a presidential statement. Buhari even talked. So for Buhari to say he will see to this matter, I do not expect anything otherwise than the truth. Now, listen, but contrary to all the allegations peddled at the time, it appears there is more to the death of 12-year-old boy than was presented to the public by Slyvesters Oromoni Sr. and his family. Now, I want you guys to listen to this. Because, you know, we have read, you know, what the result, they claim that what the result is. Now, they said what Slyvesters Oromoni Sr. told us and his family, they want to review it with us. Let us review it. Unfortunately, it appears that all that was a show put up. Did you hear that? They said that all what he did was a show put up to divert attention from the main culprits. Sylvester's family, through their words, deeds, misdeeds, and inaction within the period leading to the death to the boys, they surely have questions to answer. I believe so as well. They also have questions to answer, just like the school has questions to answer. Unfortunately, it appears that all that was a show put up to divert attention from the main culprits, the parents and the school. Sylvester's family, through their words, deeds, misdeeds, and inaction within the period leading to the boy's death surely have questions to answer. I believe so as well, and I said it from day one. That, okay, the only reason that I would just not really mean it on that part is because they are mourning. And I believe the mother is still mourning. But the only videos and pictures I kept seeing is of the boy being at home, not being medically attended to. And in my head, I'm still thinking, why? 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 Why was Sylvester left unattended to in the house? And they were holding his hand, asking, and the boy was screaming in pain. Why wasn't he taken to the hospital? Why wasn't this cried? Don Davis, we saw it. The boy was in the hospital. Why was this little lad, why was it that his own case, he was at home throughout until he died? He got to the hospital, they declared him died. Papa, nothing was administered. Having alleged that their son was apparently murdered after he refused to join a phantom cult, the older Oromoni clan made startling allegations after they oversaw their own poor management of the boy's ill health and his death in their presence. The first allegation made, I'm reading from the papers now. The first allegation made in public was through a person identified as a cousin to Sylvester. Now, I want you guys to listen to this deeply, because these were the things I have pointed out before now, and I will not shy away from it. I said it from day one that if I am a judge, I see gross negligence here from both sides. The school authority and the parents of Sylvester. They failed that boy. Everybody failed that boy. Everybody. Even the brother that went to pick him from school. They said that one dropped him and went to London. Everybody failed that boy. Everybody failed that boy. It was after his death, people like us saw. I'm still wondering, why wasn't he taken to the hospital? Now, when it was said that the boy had an injury while playing football, the person accused Dowen College of negligence leading up to the young boy's death. She alleged that the school lied when it was said that the boy had an injury while playing football. According to this cousin, the injury story by the school was to divert attention from the main issue, which she claimed had to do with bullying at the dormitory. As if that was not enough, Sylvester's father later joined the fray. That was the story. With the aid of the video clips and several interviews, he led the narrative that Sylvester was murdered, which was what he said. That was my understanding of what Sylvester's dad made me. Maybe some of you may think differently, because he, in his interview, made me to understand that he was murdered. They said they saw chemical. And after seeing chemical, you still kept him at home. How can you see chemical in a boy's stomach where I don't even know, and you people still kept him at home? You were rubbing his back, you were rubbing his chest. It's confusing for me. My head is doing boom, 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 boom. In my head is doing boom, 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 boom. He led the narrative that Sylvester was murdered, and he conjured all manner tales to justify the allegations. He alleged without evidence that on his deathbed, Sylvester listed 5 names, which he said, of senior students who wanted to enlist him in a cult. I didn't hear about the cult, but I knew he said 5. The son mentioned 5 names. although he did not name the cult. He went further to say that for refusing to join the secret society, I didn't hear that, his son was subjected to serial and sustained beating by the 5 boys. Not satisfied, he added that his son told him that these boys forced him to ingest, yes, that I heard, a liquid substance which he suspected to be poison. This was at a time that blisters occurred on his lips and mouth. We saw the blister, didn't we? We saw the blister. As there is this boy, this boy was sick. This boy was sick. I've never seen. Let me continue. As a result of this confession, Mr. Oromoni engineered a blistering negative campaign against the school, but more importantly, he supervised a damaging and scandalous criminal defamation against not just the families of the 5 accused students, but the underage students themselves, which we all know. This led to the shutdown of Dowen College by the authorities, protests by the public, and the arrest and detention of the accused and underage boys by the police. Because they went public with this false allegation, they have damaged the social capital of all those they accuse. The families and the students are now viewed as murderers and bullies. Exactly. Because there's nowhere those kids can survive if they have no hand in the killing of that boy. They can't survive anywhere. Their parents have to take them out of the country after they clear them. Because for me, I believe that when that boy was sick, they beat that boy. Even though the beating may not have probably if the boy wasn't sick, may not have led to his death. He was beaten by seniors as bullies. But the boy was sick. I believe that they beat the boy. I may be wrong. Madam, you are supporting those. Are you okay, Uchechi? Which useless boys are you supporting? Are you okay? Supporting which boys? They are in face you. Are you mad? Which useless boys are you supporting? Are you mad? Do you go to school? When you go to school, when you are doing critical analysis, you look at both sides. Are you okay? Is something wrong with your head? Are you okay? Support who? Are you mad? You are stupid. Don't ask me stupid questions. Go and ask your family. Go and ask your family that stupid question. Idiots. Why would I insult you when you will use your head to be walking up and down on social media and you'll be using it to receive curses? Oloshi olori buruku. Which him, I don't want to forgive anybody. How will I support? I will only say what I'm reading and see my own point of view and analyze. Support who? Idiot. Delta State governor is there. What have they done? Oloshi olori buruku. This led to the shutdown of Dowen College by the authorities, protests by the public, and the arrest and detention of the accused underage boys by the police because they went public with these false allegations. They have damaged the social capital of all. Okay, I've read this part. This is why the announcement by the Lagos State government recently that every accused person has been exonerated has met with public hostility. Recall that the Lagos State Police Command had released the detained boys and staff of Dowen who were arrested in connection with the death. The police said they didn't have any material evidence to keep holding them after the court had granted them bail. So they have been taken to court. Later, a more scientific basis for dismissing the allegation was made public. The result of the autopsy carried out on Sylvester has revealed in detail why people should not rush into judgment when allegations are made. The two autopsies, which were held in the presence of all affected stakeholders, proved that indeed that the Oromoni family had saturated the public with was false. The autopsy showed that Sylvester was not beaten, did not ingest any poisonous chemical, and did not die through such cruel activities. Instead, the boy died of acute pneumonia and related diseases. He also had an injury on his leg, which appeared to tally with the football story earlier told by the school and confirmed by other students. But we were told that one boy said that they did not play football that week. And that's why I believe that beating is where that boy got that injury. But he was already sick when those boys bullied him, beat him. The cultism aspect, I do not know. But I strongly believe that boy was beaten. For me, I may be wrong. I may be wrong. To buttress the point about the result of the autopsy, the outcome of the postmortem, which had pathologists from the family and government plus law enforcement agents, showed the boy was not poisoned. So where did Father Senior Sylvester Oromoni get the story from that our darling Sylvester was poisoned? That is my own bone of contention, because this is what they'll be looking at in the court of law. Details of the autopsy also already in the public space and are detailed enough. It completely exonerated all the accused, showing that Sylvester, unfortunately, had other viral diseases that had worsened since he was not given any proper medical assistance. This is apart from the injury he suffered while playing football. Nothing from the postmortem showed he was beaten or that he ingested poison. This is why the question must be asked, what then happens? Why will the boy's family cook up the story of poison, cult, and beating when medical examination and police investigation have shown otherwise? And I am asking too, who is lying? The worrying result said he was poisoned. So what are they going to do? Where is the Delta State governor that was doing his mouth bele 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 bele? Where is the Delta State governor? Where is the Delta State governor? From my observation and taking into account all the issues raised and answered through autopsy, police investigation, and the director of police prosecutions advice, it is clear that the Oromonis were negligent. I accept that, but I will not accept that something did not go wrong from the school as well. There's gross negligence, no doubt. But also that boy was bullied in the school. It added to it. But the poisoning aspect, I am confused. Because I know that when you are thoroughly sick, it is possible. When your lungs is collapsing, when people are dying from inside, even bacteria, all this virus, they said that lips can be peeling. I heard. Go and read it. Go and read about all those things they said is doing that boy. They said that from inside, when lungs is collapsing, diseases, all fungi, you see, all those things they said is all fungi, bacteria. Everybody failed that boy. Everybody, they failed that boy. I don't know how justice will be served for that boy. But everybody, I am still waiting. I am still waiting for the governor of Warri, Abi Delta, to say something. From my observation and taking into account all the issues raised and answered through autopsy, police investigation, and the director of public prosecution's advice, it is clear that the Oromoni's family were negligent and indeed actively participated in seeing to the death of the young boy. I have gathered from sources within the family that the Oromonis have a religious belief. This is where I want you people to listen to. Who is this person writing the year doesn't have the results? You people should not bother me about not having results. I am talking about what is being said in the courts. Can you people listen? What they are saying in the courts and how I view it. I am critically analyzing it for you people too. I have gathered from sources within the family that the Oromonis have a religious belief that disallows them from medical assistance. Do we believe that? Because why didn't they take that child to the hospital? Do we believe that? I have gathered from sources within the family that the Oromonis have a religious belief that disallows them from medical assistance. Looking through all their efforts to help their dying son, there was no serious attempt to offer medical assistance at any point. That was my own problem with the whole story. I saw it too. In everything they have been saying, that's the only one I'm holding to. Why didn't they take that boy to the hospital? Accepted he was poisoned. Accepted. Why was it that in everything we not see that boy for hospital matter? Why? Why was the useless the school too? They kept saying, come and carry your boy, come and carry your boy. Why didn't they treat that boy? And they said the boy was critically ill. Why did they not take that boy to the hospital? That is my own, out of all these things now happening. I just want to know. I need somebody to answer that part for me. There was no serious attempt to offer medical assistance at any point. After they took him from the school, the boy was taken to a lab for X-ray in Lagos before he was taken to Warri. The man explained it himself. No record of him being admitted to hospital for proper medical treatment. They only ran more tests apart from allegedly taking him to a temple for prayers. They only ran medical tests apart from allegedly taking him to a temple for prayers. Having accused others of killing their son, the Oromoni clan had to hatch a plan to sustain the initial lie when they blamed the school. They resorted to manufacturing names to cover their negligence. The DPP rightly dismissed the allegation of the name listing, even though Oromoni seniors had said his son told him about the names. But during police investigation, he changed the story to say that the boy told an unnamed family friend. It will be fair for the police to call in the Oromonis, and I believe so. It will be fair for the police to call in the Oromonis. This matter cannot be swept under the carpet. Evidence shows that the public has been deceived and a lot of people and businesses are being tarred. Oromoni Senior has to explain how he came about the names he alleged killed his son. He has to be investigated to uncover what exactly the family did or didn't do, which led to the boy's death. The public needs to be told the sequence of activities from when the boy was released to the family and his eventual death. Why was Sylvester not taken to the hospital? That remains my question. Why wasn't he taken to the hospital? If it was, where are his medical records? Why did they hastily misinform the public about an autopsy result contrary to what the specialists hired by the family found as shown in the toxicology results? Thus, with the scientific proven evidence and facts, it is my opinion that Mr. Oromoni, who misled the Delta State government, Nigerians, and the whole world with his concocted story, is not fit and proper person to hold public office. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't read that further because I think this person then said expressing personal views and personal views, you know. So I think I will hold that on for the court of law. They will go and be talking about that at the court of law. But my question still remains: why wasn't that our son taken to the hospital? If somebody can answer me, the parents can answer me, I won't be angry again. If somebody can answer me, because the police, they are saying the father said the boy told him. But when the police called him to say the boys that what your son, the names your son told you, can you? He said no. The son told a family friend. He didn't want to name the family friend's name. But in what he was saying to us before, they have to call that man. Trust me. Remember, I'm still saying, why is the governor of Delta State, why has he gone quiet? You people should use common sense. Why has he gone quiet? Remember, he was shouting, he was boasting, he was saying, the ground will come down today. What made him go quiet? I'm still waiting. I need to see action. Adebisi, try and turn off and on your notification. Unlike and follow again, you know. We have to keep doing it, my darling. You know you're a court clerk, and it's not good that you people, none of you, Eunice too is never here again. You understand? Why wasn't he taken to the hospital? I need you people to please tell me. Sorry, I checked that you should be online. Thank you, my sweetheart. Now, let us listen to Mommy Sylvester. No mother, no father will or would love to live or would love to lose their child. But trust me, I am beginning to think that they truly have a belief that do not allow them. I like your reading and the way you have analyzed this case like a judge. Thank you so much, Noye. You know, I truly believe that the way they are, there must be something religious about them that do not allow them go to the hospital. Because my question still remains, why wasn't Sylvester taken to the hospital? On the side of the school, I accept there's gross negligence. Who is this? Uncle Mark, okay. But why wasn't he taken to the hospital? The thing give me a headache. Simple when a kid is crying, just stomachache, and you are confused like this. Sometimes, as a mother, you can see a child's mouth peeling like that. The boy is doing like, the father said the boy was doing like, You people carried him somewhere in Lagos. They said they see something for in test, and you people didn't admit him in the hospital. Please, tell me. You people should help me. Answer me. Answer me. But my eyes not just they comment your jewelry. I bet who they sell gold. Oh, my darling, it is Zafi concept. Please, somebody there, Adebisi Oshukaya, can you give her the lady that sells my jewelries? Zafi concept, can you give her? Or Sister Florence, can you respond to this lady? To Joy and be Joy. Please, 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 please. Let's listen to Mommy Sylvester. Do you know, I will not lie to you people. Nobody wants to lose their child. Nobody. Nobody. That woman is pained. But I understand she's holding on to some things she heard. But on their own side too, I just wish somebody can hold her, kiss her, and help us, let us, at least if they can just help us answer that part, that this is their religious belief that didn't make them take her to the hospital. I will answer up. That hospital, not taking that boy to the hospital, is giving me a headache. It's not making me to really tell you people that, these people, they failed that boy. Parents failed that boy. I have to be real with you people. They failed that boy. And these are the lapses that was seen in the court of law. Hence, even the boys that actually assaulted that boy, they are probably going to walk away free. They are probably going to walk away free. And I believe that's the reason what prompted these curses that this woman made. It's anger of not getting justice. But you can't get justice for what all of you all are guilty of. Same way school is guilty. Mommy, daddy is also, you people did not take this boy to the hospital. All of you, everybody failed that boy. Everybody failed that boy. I don't see anybody that did not fail that boy. Everybody failed that boy. He was in agony till he died. It's late, but let's listen to Mommy Sylvester. Everybody failed that boy. I'm waiting for the governor of Delta State. And I'm also waiting for Falano. Then I'm waiting for Daddy Oromoni. He needs to come and tell us the truth. Did they really do x-ray and see black chemical stating it's poison? Or did they just misinform the world and got us all overly emotional? Because as far as I'm concerned, when I was listening to him talk, I will not lie, I was angry. I felt in my heart, Daddy, but why? Why didn't you carry this our son to the hospital? All this story just long. Daddy, why? Daddy, why? Except there's abroad, in one of my courses, I did a course called medical law, contemporary medical law. In medical law, let me tell you what happens. Everything is in the best interest of children. Best interest. If Jehovah Witness say they know they do blood transfusion, the hospital will carry them, emergency courts. They will carry the parent to the courts. The court has a right to save the life of the child if they see that if this child doesn't do that blood transfusion, the child is prone to die. They will overrule their own decision that the child should not be. They will overrule it and tell the hospital to go ahead and do that blood transfusion. Hospitals here abroad, they do it. So, if they are taking the child to the hospital in Nigeria, I don't know if it happens where a parent, the hospital has a right to take the parent to the courts if it's their religious belief that doesn't allow them to take medication. They will overrule, they will call it in the best interest of the child. As long as we can keep the child alive, parents, pack well. Pack well. So, I don't know. My head is doing me boo, 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 boo.